was voted the greatest sportsman of the 20th century. An Associated Press expert panel chose the New York Yankee icon ahead of more athletic bodies like Michael Jordan and Muhammad Ali. Born George Herman Ruth Jr. in Baltimore, Babe's 14 years with the Yankees were sandwiched by stints with the Boston Red Sox and the Braves. But it was New York where he was buried on his death at just 53, and Yankee Stadium where his spirit still lives. And today marks the day British cycling great Bradley Wiggins became Sir Bradley Wiggins, knighted by the Queen for his contribution to his sport.
Bayern Munich, 2 goals to the good against Wolfsburg at half-time. That game is available for you live on Fox Sports. Ingolstadt are beating the leaders Leipzig by a goal to nil. Cologne are beating Dortmund by a goal to nil. That's on Fox Sports 3 for you. 0-0 in those other 2 games that are available on Fox Sports Play. Let's go around the gowns, and we'll begin with our featured game at the Allianz Arena. It's Bayern Munich against Wolfsburg, 2-0 to the team currently in second spot in the table. And it's been a solid first half for them, John Wilkinson. Probably not getting things started, 8 minutes in here.
Yeah, certainly, and yeah, they had Wolfsburg pinned back from the get-go. Look at the amount of red shirts looking to join in. Should have been a goal. Fortunate save in the end. Goalkeeper didn't know too much about it. Should be bulging the net here.
Arjen Robben's pitch very lively, as he tends to be, Roger.
Yeah, this is a brilliant build-up play on that right-hand side there. 3 of them, Arturo Vidal, Fokri very getting involved in that one. Nice little one-touch play in a very tight space there. Robben just not quite connecting as well as he would have liked on that occasion.
Here he is again, this time for the goal, and what a nice strike this was.
Yeah, so we had a little tester, had a little sighter just moments earlier, didn't get it quite right. He got this very right indeed. Just moves the ball quickly there, just to get rid of one of the white shirts, just so he's in a one-on-one situation. Never does a trick, drops a shoulder into the far post. Look at this angle to see it. Goalkeeper, no chance. Wonderful striker, we've seen it time and time again from him.
Lewandowski scored in midweek in the Champions League against Atletico Madrid. And no question of offside there, Roshan does it again.
He's certainly onside there, but look at the amount of space they allow these Bayern players. Just look at that, Vidal. 1, 2, 3, it's time and space to pick a shot, and then Lewandowski is just allowed to get a run in behind. I mean,
no urgency.
He dominated this Wolfsburg side. There's been no intensity from Wolfsburg at all.
Ricardo Rodriguez from the dead ball, bounces in front of the goalkeeper, but not really trouble at all.
Bayern were at the other end. Quick as a flash, getting another shot on target. Another shot for Robert Lewandowski on target. Conversion rate's not getting any better, but he won't mind that. He's on the score sheet. For once, though, Wolfsburg get bodies behind the ball.
And Wolfsburg rounded off the half with a chance themselves, Yannick Gerhardt, but they haven't been able to breach that Bayern defence. 5 teams have managed it, though, in their last 5 league games. Bayern Munich a little vulnerable at the back these days, but they're 2-0 up at half-time. Let's go to Ingolstadt. A very important game, this one, because Leipzig are top of the table and they are 1-0 down at half-time. Roger Bernardo with the goal for Ingolstadt.
Yeah, lovely delivery into the box once again. We just wonder about, John, we're talking about this Leipzig starting position. A little bit too deep, perhaps, you know.
Yeah, once again, I'd have to say that Ingolstadt's starting position is not great there, far too deep. It's a bit of a myth when they say you can't affect the quality coming in. You can. You can make a good ball in look very poor if your starting position's on point.
Marcel Halstenberg with that effort for Leipzig. We've been waiting for them to stumble. They've actually had fewer shots than Ingolstadt in this half. They're a goal down. Might this one be this one? And a reminder here, Leipzig top of the table, Ingolstadt at the very bottom. This could be the game that just proves the point that we've been saying for a while now. There's no form in the Bundesliga.
But out of the past, I think it's only 2 teams, Stuttgart and Schalke, that have had the same amount of points as Leipzig after the same amount of games.
Hamburg having the bulk of this first half, Washer, but nothing to show for it at the break.
Yeah, good opportunities. You can see Hamburg trying to create opportunities down the flanks, finding spaces out against WOLFSBURG's fullbacks. And there from the set piece as well has been great quality being delivered into the box. Gregoritsch on that occasion. Just across the 6-yard box there, no one really gambling. Johan Juru there, Lewis Holtby there.
Speaking of Holtby, big problem for them now because he got a red card after that little tangle in the centre circle. What did you see, John?
Oh, I saw an elbow, and it looked nasty on the floor. It looked nasty. Look, first off, he's not that type of player, but I think he's got to go for this. You're going to see it. It's not going to be pretty. Right in the face.
Holtby sent off. Hamburg are down to 10 men against Augsburg. Just to let you know, Freiburg and Darmstadt also 0-0 at half-time. We're coming back to the second half. Bayern Munich against WOLFSBURG with the champions 2-0 up at the break.
Suzuki Cup final. Free-scoring Indonesian team looks to unleash their offensive weapons against the tournament's hot favorite, Thailand.
Thailand continue their dominance in this competition.
A thrilling final battle awaits.
The super name of football.
AFF Suzuki Cup final, leg 1, Indonesia versus Thailand. Wednesday, live on Fox Sports and Fox Sports Play.
December, the Fox Sports Network rounds out the year in style. It's festive football unlike anything else, with live action from...
Bayern Munich 2-0 up at half-time against WOLFSBURG there. You managed to see his first half. What was your assessment of his first 45 minutes?
Good. I thought he was lively and he was popping up down that right-hand side to try and help create overloads and link play down that side of the pitch. I like that he's being given a bit of a free role now with Bayern Munich. In Ancelotti's 4-3-3, he was the one that's playing out on that right-hand side. Didn't really have that freedom to drift across the lines and try and cause problems for opposition sides, but he's been involved quite well in the first half, so it's looking good for him.
John, things are going well already for Carlo Ancelotti in this game. They'll be shuffling players around, having had Champions League action last week. You think that man on the left, Renato Sanchez, will get a look in?
I do actually, I do. Arturo Vidal, as usual, is absolutely busting the gut. He can only play in one way, and that is flat out. And I think it'd be wise to rest him. Thiago Alcantara is anchoring midfield beautifully. Go back to what you said about Thomas Muller. Thomas Muller's actually come out recently and said that people finally have learned how I like to play and set a man up deep to try and trap my runs, to try and stop me without the ball ending up late inside the box.
Oh, that's his excuse.
That's what he says. And there might be some truth in that. I'm sure there is. I'm sure they learned about him long before now, but that's what he says. And he's going to have to taper his game a little bit, or Ancelotti taper it for him.
I'm pretty sure he's going to have to take responsibility for having a chance at the 6-7 box and smacking it, as we've seen a few times this season.
Bayern 2-0 up. RB Leipzig are 1-0 down. If it stays that way, Bayern Munich will go top of the table later on this Saturday evening. 45 minutes to come in both games. So Bonnie is your commentator for this one.
Design in his rather short hair. And Gerhardt seemingly keen to get the second half underway. So the second half of this matchday 14 game between Bayern München and Wolfsburg continues. If you're just joining us, I'm Phil Bunny. I'll be with you through till the end of the 90 minutes. Bayern very comfortable at the moment. Wolfsburg having difficulties. Came into the game with three at the back in Knoche, Bruma and Rodriguez. Guido Hugi has been working very hard in front of the defence. And if it weren't for him, it could be much worse. Bayern with an improvised back four in as much as David Alaba has jumped in for Mats Hummels, who's gone down with a little bit of stomach flu in the week. Might have been something he ate, might not. But anyway, he's unable to play today. And as I mentioned before the end of the half, Wolfsburg could be in trouble in as much as Bayern very, very, very rarely lose after going 2 goals up before the break. Gomez was brought down. There will be no complaints though. Free kick is for Wolfsburg. They've just got to do something with the amount of balls that they do get anywhere near the goal. That's the difficulty. They're finding it difficult to penetrate into Bayern's penalty box. Muller tries to hook it forward for Robben. He thought he was fouled. Kelly Jury. It's a little hopeful from Gerhardt. No team has ever lost 15 times in a row to one team. Robben. Vidal. Chip forward for Lewandowski, but he's not going to be quick enough to get there in front of Benaglio. Lewandowski scored 131 Bundesliga goals now. The same amount as Dortmund's Michael Zorc. Puts him on place 22, the 22nd best goal scorer in Bundesliga history. Kelly Caligiuri trying his luck on the turn. Just to keep it in. Knocker's come forward. It's a little bit better, all the way across the face of the goal. Come on. This is the closest that WOLFSBURG have got to the Bayern goal pretty much throughout the whole game. Now they've got a free kick. Last time they scored from a free kick was on match day 1 against Augsburg. Ricardo Rodriguez, but really awkward with his left foot from there to try and curl it in. So my money will be on Jakub Blaszczykowski. Get it away. And as far as Caligiuri, who ran out of room. Bayern's 49th game of 2016. We've got 3 more to do. Including this one before the winter break. There'll be 52 games in 2016, 1 a week. That's in all competitions, of course. Save themselves a few games by not qualifying for the cups, but that's not exactly what they'd be looking for. Help to his feet. A little quiet in their second half. Just getting a lot of access to the WOLFSBURG defence in the first half. Gerhard to Horn. Well, WOLFSBURG have just broken ground on some new training facilities for the youth. They might be very happy to have something coming through that will help them in their situation. It might be a little bit too early to expect any results from that, though. That's a great run, great pass by Lewandowski, great run from Ribéry. There's room for Müller if he can just find him. Ribéry has to dazzle a little to keep the ball away from Bruma. Lewandowski. Vidal is in the box as well now. This is Lam. Kilovogi heads it towards safety. Horn waited. To Benaglio, just to keep hold of possession. Well, to Robin. deflection. Favoured Wolfsburg just for a second. Toughest away game of the season was how Valerian Ismail described this one for Wolfsburg, and he's probably right. Ribéry, well defended by Blaszczykowski. It's nice to see the two professionals trying to get the better of each other. Ah, superb goal from Robert Lewandowski. My goodness, I've said it before, but that one was exquisite. The way he just stuck his foot out, those lightning reactions you just cannot buy for love or money. It is just the quality of the man. What a reaction. And once more, Lewandowski has scored 2 goals in succession. Onside. And somehow the shot from Muller, which was going wide, turned in as Lewandowski stuck his left leg out just to help the ball on and into goal. Bayern have won the last 36 goals that he scored, games that he scored a goal in. Announced midweek that he's going to be a dad. Things are very much looking great for Lewandowski. Fans have woken up a little bit more. And they were slightly dozing comfortably at half-time, no doubt. Borja Mayoral, we've seen very little of him in this half. He has scored in one of his 6 appearances previous to this game. In his first start last time out. Didn't help them though. Jury goes over, but the referee plays play on. Nicely taken down by Gomez, but he couldn't get his knee over the ball. Under pressure from Alaba. So, a youngster. Justin Möbius. Born in Berlin, comes on for Borja Mayoral, who really was a shadow of his performance last weekend. Born in Berlin, played for the youth sides of Dynamo Hertha and Tennis Borussia Berlin. Thiago on the ball. 78 touches in this game. Vidal, Lahm, Alaba, Martinez. That lets you know exactly how little of the ball Wolfsburg are seeing. Thiago has had the most touches in the league so far this season, 1,388 before his collection today. That's a good ball for Robin. Is he going to get his second? No, he's not. He stays on his feet as well, though, which is always nice to see. Awarded the corner. Worth a try. The last time they met here, that one would have gone in. Looking for another hat-trick this season. Lewandowski. Wanted that played into him. He's got it back at last, but he's trying to play too many 1-2s. Robin leading the charge. He was pushed off the ball, or so Robin thought. It looked like it from the angle I saw it from. The referee was on hand. Didn't agree. Gone for the pass, and maybe he might have served himself better if he'd have had a shot. No one would blame him. Well, I think Robin not benefiting from his own reputation on that occasion, and he did try and sell it a little bit too much. It certainly was a shove, but not quite as big a shove as he made it look. Flag up this time. Good spot by the ref's assistants. The youngster, Justin Möbius, played at under 15 level for Germany. Robin. He's going to try and set up one for Thiago, good save from Diego Bonalio. Had enough time to see it coming. First one was with that left foot. Lewandowski. Ribéry went down, but there was no appeal. one from the youngster. He's not afraid to hold off Vidal. That's hats off to him. I suppose if you're going to be overawed by playing against the likes of Bayern, then you really shouldn't be on the pitch. Horn with a woeful cross. He's handed his debut on match day 3 against Hoffenheim. This is only his 3rd game, Horn. Is there with him. Plenty of room on this near side. Wow. Well, there was some good anticipation from Robin there as he ran around Guilavogui. Nearly paid off for him too. Horn wants the 1-2 with Gerhardt, didn't get it. This has not been a great afternoon from a Wolfsburg point of view. Themselves no favours. Substitution for Bayern. Vidal makes way for the oldest midfielder for Bayern since Mehmet Scholl in 2007. Smile from Arturo Vidal. He'll be happy to have had a few more minutes on the pitch today in the league. Xabi Alonso, who also didn't play, wasn't in the starting lineup against Madrid. Yeah. That was asking a lot of Mobius. With room in front of him, but better option was to check back and involve Lahm and Muller. Bernard squirts the ball towards Lewandowski in the centre, but there was contact with the defender. Gomez is along with him. There's plenty of white shirts arriving. Caligiuri waited too long for the cross, really. And then seemed surprised that he had a deflected effort easily taken out of danger by Manuel Neuer. To Lahm. With a clever little ball. Slightly frustrated again. Muller with another 2 assists today, I think. Certainly very much involved. 2 Lewandowski goals. He just can't seem to find the back of the net. It will come for him. Alonso wins the ball with the help of Thiago, Robin, Muller. Muller looking for Robin. Only finding Knocker though. Still Bayern come. I get the feeling that Wolfsburg will be very happy when today is over. There have been some great games between them in the past. Jury, Ribery, tangling. An interesting pass. Slightly wayward. It does look as if Bayern are thinking of making another substitution. Ribery. Bernard's back to Ribery. Robin. Oh, there it is. It's taken its time, but eventually it's arrived. And Bayern's number 25 has broken his duck for the season so far. Another goal where he only had to stick his foot out, but one that he will no doubt enjoy over the rest of this weekend as Bayern make it 4. Even Thomas Muller scored. You could say that's how bad Wolfsburg are playing today. Muller, who hasn't been able to hit the target all season, finally gets off the mark in his 240th Bundesliga game. 924 minutes plus the 75 that were played so far in one of his worst goal droughts ever. It always looked as if it was going to be a terrible afternoon for Wolfsburg. Franck Ribery has an arm put around him by his coach. Douglas Costa, Mr. Assist last season, who hasn't assisted a single game this season, has scored. Well, if Muller's scored and hasn't to this point, maybe Costa will also produce something in this game. Wouldn't put it past them. Wolfsburg have looked outclassed, they've been outplayed and certainly outscored. Crisis. What crisis? All the time increasing their goal average. Another +4 will be very useful. Because of course, should Leipzig slip up, goal difference will then decide who's top of the table at the end of the weekend. Neuer can't stop the ball from going out. That was a save by Manuel Neuer onto the post, and then It was Bernard who threw his body in the way. It's given a hefty wallop by Costa, but Alba's header over and wide. Rafinha coming on for Thiago. Fine game from him this afternoon. Very active. Picked up that yellow card halfway through the first half. And again, over 100 touches of the ball in this game. So, Marcio Rafael Vieira de Souza, better known as Rafinha, gets to play the last 10 minutes. Ball might reach that. So this is how the table looks at the moment. Leipzig having a hard time in Ingolstadt at Ralf Hasenhüttl's old side. Bayern with what seems like 3 points in the bag. Go back to the top of the table. There's Ingolstadt. 3 points to do them a world of good. And WOLFSBURG, well, in 15th. Only on goal difference. That's what's keeping them out of the relegation playoff place. Where will they be come the end of the season? Robert, oh, that's a fine strike, and Diego is... Benalio's very lucky that nobody was following that in. He's made a few good saves today, Benalio. Without him and Guido Borghi today, it could have been a very difficult afternoon. Blaszczykowski's off. Varela, who's been out with a lot of injury problems recently. He's only played once under Ismail since he took over. Will come on for him. Blaszczykowski walking slowly. And I do believe that was partly to use up the time. Rafinha. Jury lifting that one towards Mobius. Hasn't done too well there. Did manage to win the throw-in. Bayern won 3-1 at Mainz last time out. It was the first time they'd scored 3 since October. It seems they found their scoring touch again. Manuel Neuer will be very pleased to keep another clean sheet if he indeed manages to. Seen so little action this afternoon. Robert somehow trying to find his way past Rodriguez. Robert doesn't really mind that much. His team are 4-0 up. cuddle with Ricardo Rodriguez. Rafinha hasn't got the speed to get there in front of Rodriguez. Well, there you go, the official time for Thomas Muller not to have scored. 999 minutes. He won't be bothered about that anymore because now he has. Nice little hop, skip and a jump. And there it is, smacked away by Douglas Costa. No mercy shown. It's 5 again against Wolfsburg. To no reply this time, and there never looked like being one right from the outset. Second goal of the season for Douglas Costa. Thrashed into the back of the net. Like a lightning bolt. Smashed his foot across the ball. That was travelling at some pace after Robin's little hop. Back heel. Not a lot to be done for Diego Benaglio, except pull the ball out of the back of the net. One of my favourite quotes about going to the Allianz Arena. I think it was from an old Bremen player who said it's like going to the dentist. Sometimes you come away without having much done, but other times it's like root canal work. Well, the Wolves have certainly had their teeth pulled today. Sebastian Prödel, of course, was the player I was thinking of. It's the second season in a row I've had the commentary on Bayern Wolfsburg. 11 goals in 2 games, not a bad record. The referee won't be adding any more time on to the end of this game. And the Wolfsburg fans and team will probably thank him for it. Well, Klaus Olofs does not look too happy, and quite rightly so. Not sure what the plans will be for Wolfsburg, but I expect there'll be some action over the winter break in the transfer market. Something has to be done. Wouldn't be surprised if players like Julian Draxler move on. The winter transfer period, always a difficult time to acquire players, always a bit of a risk. Bernard avoided the challenge from Guilavogui very well there. Robin. Lewandowski still on a hat-trick. Even if he manages it, it's going to be just a little bit of an anticlimax compared to last time. Muller. Lewandowski. Lays it back for Alonso. Costa into the box. Mourinho in front of him. Final corner of the game. Number 10 for Bayern. Because I doubt very much whether after this corner there'll be much time played, if at all. Rafinha. Robin. Still Robin. Nicely done, but too far in front of Thomas Muller. Time is now officially up. It's at the referee's discretion as to how long he plays. He's reaching the whistle to his mouth. He's indicating that is it. It's all over, and once again, Bayern have thumped 5 goals past Wolfsburg. On this occasion, it wasn't 9 minutes of genius, it was just 90 minutes of Bayern München purring like a well-tuned engine against a car that could only cough and splutter through the 90 minutes. Wolfsburg thoroughly beaten. The final score from the Allianz Arena: Bayern München 5, VfL Wolfsburg 0.
Just as importantly for Robert Lewandowski and the Bayern Munich faithful is that the game between Ingolstadt and Leipzig, which is still in progress, currently sees Ingolstadt ahead, and that means that if things stay that way, Bayern Munich would go back to the top of the table on quite a healthy goal difference compared to the newly promoted club that is challenging them for the title this season. They're in the 91st minute at Ingolstadt, but there's a good 4 minutes still to play. Ingolstadt leading that one by a goal to 0.
Wolfsburg to miss it, but he didn't. He went into the net, and I don't see him looking back from here. I think he'll end up in double digits, no problems.
What a strike from Douglas Costa, though, Roshan. What a player to bring off the bench.
Yeah, you know, we talked about the bench and the ability, the squad that Bayern have, the ability to rotate players, get fresh legs in, and you're absolutely right. The quality that you can bring in Douglas Costa. What a great goal that he scored. Smashed it into the top corner there, and absolutely no chance for Benaglio and Wolfsburg goal. You feel a little bit sorry for him though.
I will just break off to let you know that there's still 1-0 to Ingolstadt against Leipzig. There's a bit of a brawl going on the pitch at the moment. They're still playing there. There's at least a couple of minutes still to play. They're also still playing at Cologne, where Dortmund have come back in the 90th minute to tie things up. They are in the 4th minute of time added on. We cross now to this game between Ingolstadt and Leipzig, where there's been a little bit of trouble in the middle of the field. We're not far away from the end of the game. Leipzig have been pressing the Ingolstadt goal this entire second half, and there's been some choice bits of skill on the wing, but they just can't get that goal rush out, can they?
No, they can't. It's looking like it's going to be one of those nights for Leipzig, and Forsberg had a great chance. Naby Keita has been fantastic for Leipzig in central midfield. He's really been their driving force for this Leipzig side. But Ingolstadt, to their credit, have defended so well. Second yellow card here, sending off for Matthew Leckie.
So, Ingolstadt down to 10 men. It probably has come too late for RB Leipzig to make an impression, though. It's been desperate stuff for them at times, John, hasn't it?
It certainly has, yeah, but I've got to say, Ingolstadt, as soon as they got their goal, dug that trench on the 18-yard box, didn't offer too much going forward. It was all Leipzig, and they did the right thing. They got the ball in the wide areas, created chances, but just couldn't finish things off. This is the very late tackle from Leckie. Awful tackle, actually. He's coming right from behind, had no way of getting the ball. I think you'll see Schulke coming in as well. This is Leckie, some afters there from Leckie.
Yeah, that was probably the second, because of the second yellow card.
2 yellow cards into the red, yeah.
I mean, the first challenge could have been probably a straight red. I would think from behind. It was a trailing leg that he caught the standing foot of the Leipzig player, but late opportunity here for Leipzig to sneak this one in.
It leads to a free kick, which doesn't look as if it's from shooting distance, but they're all queuing up in the box, and Ingolstadt have had many men behind the ball for the best part of this second half. Let's see what happens as the ball's played in. So many Ingolstadt players in the penalty area. That's been the story, John, hasn't it? This second half, they've just crowded that box.
Leipzig just peppering, putting balls into the box. There's another one into the mixer right there. No midfielders on the edge of the box.
I wonder if the referee just signaled that he's adding another couple of minutes on here. Nothing to be clever about, just get it, launch it into the penalty area.
This needs to be pumped back in there, doesn't it? Time running out for Leipzig to save their spot at the top of the table. If things stay the way they are, Bayern Munich will be back on top. A draw for Leipzig here would be good enough. If they can get this goal in the last few seconds, they'll be leading the Bundesliga by a point.
Worth noting as well, what an amazing result this would be for Ingolstadt. Their first win in home soil this season.
They've had one win all season, 3 draws, 9 losses. At the bottom of the table, start of the day. Hamburg, by the way, looked to me the last time I looked that they were winning, and they will come out of the relegation zone, meaning that it'll be Darmstadt and Ingolstadt at the bottom, despite these 3 points for Ingolstadt. The referee surely now not far away from putting the whistle in his mouth.
You mentioned, Steve, that there's no form in this Bundesliga.
One of the great things about this league, surprise packages weekend out. And that's it, the final whistle has gone, and Ingolstadt have pulled off what will, for this season at least, be a very memorable victory. Only their second win of the campaign, robbing Leipzig of the chance to stay on top of the Bundesliga. Safely installed in second place, same number of points as Bayern Munich, but it is the champions Bayern who have by now quite a superior goal difference, having won 5-0 earlier.